Greetings, fellow ghouls and specters alike. It's your ghost host with the most, Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And Jacob Wile.
Here to engage in some haunted holiday hijinks by trudging through the catacombs and dusting off the cobwebs as we recount our spooky selection of Halloween classics.
So light the jack-o'-lanterns, suit up, and grab the candy dish as we revive and recount tonight's selection entitled Billy and Mandy, Grimm, or Gregory. Maniacal laugh.
Maniacal laugh.
Maniacal laugh. Okay, we are back, folks. We are back. Haunted Holiday Hijinks 2016. The first one was in 2014, but it was really put together at the last minute. I'd say 2015 was our first official one. Really good stuff in there, but we are hoping to just go above and beyond, go bigger and better. We've got some really cool stuff for you guys, some really awesome retrospectives, and some secrets and surprises along the way. But for now, guys, BlueDragonFive, you suggested this is the first thing we tackle in Haunted Holiday Hijinks, our kind of our launching point for this year for our Halloween festivities. I gotta say, I'm not the biggest Billy and Mandy fan, but I do really like this selection because it's quick, it's brief, it's got a lot of fun Halloween atmosphere. But do you want to kind of elaborate a little bit more on why you selected this as our first choice leading into this whole thing?
Well, this was from, I want to say the first season of Billy and Mandy. You can tell by the animation style. This is like kind of the early, kind of in the style of kind of that initial cartoon pilot sort of thing. Remember they did like the pilot thing to get the shows, picked up, that sort of thing. We've talked about Nexus before.
Sure.
But, basically, I have fond memories of the early seasons of Billy and Mandy. I think it might be debatably where they're at their best. I mean, again, it's kind of fitting into a kind of a nice niche for the most kind of creative, fun, absurd stories for Billy and Mandy are kind of in that season. And this one, I always love the mundanity of this one. My favorite element of this one, which we'll get to, is I just love kind of the genuine heart there is underneath, like all the kind of
You're absolutely right. Yeah,
all the silliness. I mean, again, there's some genuine heart there. Always kind of great. It reminds you why I love the Grimm character. I mean, this is one of those episodes where I kind of think why I love Grimm from this show. This is one of them always kind of comes to my mind of like this moment, like this is why I love Greg Earls' portrayal of the Grim Reapers.
All I want is a hug from my mommy.
Just, it's really sweet, but also I think we start off with it because, again, we have a few selections here. What we like to do in Haunted Holiday Hijinks, we kind of mix together not just the Halloween, but also just kind of the creepy or the scary or, that sort of stuff. So this one, I want to start off specifically with Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And quick, it's breezy, it's light, it's a lot of fun. Jacob, any specific memories you have of this episode?
Well, actually, I haven't really seen this episode before. The Billy and Mandy episode I remember watching was Jacked Up Halloween many years ago. That's the episode. That's the Halloween episode. I mean, I think they had a couple Halloween episodes.
There were 3 in total.
But I don't think this counts as probably this does count. But like the one I remember,
definitely count. Yeah.
the one like I said, I remember more Jacked Up Halloween than this one. I don't think I ever watched this because I never really saw the earlier episodes of the show, really.
So what do you think, just kind of going into it as a fan of the show who hadn't seen the early episodes, what was your impression on it?
I'd definitely say it gets better down the line, as it has, most shows do. Like, I don't think it had quite hit its stride yet, but I agree with your points brought up so far. It has heart, humor, like all the stuff that makes future episodes great, just not as great.
Okay.
So kind of like early Simpsons, in your opinion.
Well, I haven't seen those either, but
early Simpsons is a good analogy, but yeah. I'm sorry, Jacob.
Like I said, I agree, but like I said, that's the general consensus. But yes, it hadn't quite hit its stride yet, hadn't reached its peak. So I can definitely go with that analogy. Yes.
Okay, so without further ado, let's just dive into the recap, folks. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we start out with a black and white. I want to say it's kind of like an Ed Woodish kind of horror movie. I'm not entirely sure about that, but
I can shed some light to that when we get to kind of the framing device for this. But let's just say we have kind of like a black and white kind of horror B movie marathon. Grimm's watching, right? The Grim Reaper watching B movie horror on Halloween.
At least like a 50s sci-fi thing.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah, basically,
Not necessarily Ed Wood, but yes.
Yeah.
So let's see. So basically, it's just the crux of what we see. We're kind of in the middle of the adventure, if you will. It's kind of like the halfway point, whatever B movie Grimm's, whatever black and white horror movie Grimm's watching. It was like it's real cheesy acting. I believe Great Wells is doing the voice of the woman falling in love with the monster here, just like doing like her Southern Belle voice, which just I think is hysterical. It's like, I can't imagine not being in love with you. You look monstrous, but I love you. And then like just shouting at the TV, no, don't fall in love with her, eat her.
Eat her.
Then the Grim Reaper again. Let's remind ourselves who this guy is. This guy literally, kind of greets people on their worst day, so to speak. He's frightened constantly by people popping up. In this case, a toilet paper mummy.
God.
Interrupts kind of Grim being sucked into yelling at TV, like we all do sometimes, especially when we review stuff. Like what?
I'm a mummy made of toilet paper.
Then I just love this Grim. He just bashes Billy over the head with the popcorn bowl, and I just love that he makes him practical. He flips it over and puts it on when he hit him on the head with it. It basically, it's like the flat part's up, so it basically turns him into a footstool, like old stew.
Okay. He's like, okay.
Yep. Now the good Richard Horowitz.
Richard Horowitz, I must say, he's a lot more tolerable. Like the last time we reviewed a Billy and Mandy episode, the Christmas one, I had good things to say about it, but Richard Horowitz was definitely one of my complaints. But I think this episode, it kind of goes to show like early.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They went for you rooting for Billy a lot more in that first season, Tiki.
Yeah,
I was trying to tell you about the Christmas. That's why you kind of have to give Billy some slack, because you got to remember it started from a good place.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, let me explain the framing device here. Just explain the Ed Wood thing here.
Okay.
If I may. So basically, what Grimm's watching here is Atrocious. Now, Atrocious, kind of let's just say a buxom woman on the couch, kind of in between broadcasts. Kind of like they're called like bumpers on TV, I think. Commercial breaks, and you'll say, "Hey, keep watching." And
kind of like Vampire in a way.
Yes. Now, here's the thing with that, Jacob, is that there were two icons of this sort of thing. There was Vampira and there was Elvira.
Yeah.
Vampire was the original. That's if you see the Ed Wood movie, you get to see Vampire portrayed in that film, and that's the idea. That Vampire was kind of exactly what Atrocious is here, but eventually her act got stolen by Elvira, who is again it's the same gimmick, just a different a slightly different name. They always get the buxom one with like a wig and kind of the black slippy.
I remember my local Six Flags park having like a 3D Elvira motion simulator during Fright Fest. I'm not even making that up.
But it's really like it all started with vampires. People just keep stealing the eggs. I think Atrocious is kind of in the so let's just get like a good looking girl, put her in a wig, and put her in like the what's the Addams family? It's Morticia. Put her in the Morticia dress. Let's go with it. So it is common Ed Wood reference, but also kind of like just the times.
Of course.
Times.
Yeah, sure.
So, Atrocious.
Kind of like Ed Wood meets like the Blob and movies like that.
Yeah. So I love that it's like a subtle homage to Ed Wood at the same time, just kind of classic horror B-movie horror films. So Atrocious has stolen Grimm's heart as he kind of goes.
Atrocious, you stolen my heart.
Good thing I put it for him.
Yes, lucky for him, he's got 3 or 4 more in the freezer.
Gotta appreciate this show's kind of brand of dark humor.
Yes.
So Jacob, what is Mandy's costume?
Oh, kind of like a lawyer with claws.
It's a ruthless, high price
prostituting attorney.
Prosecution
attorney. Oh wow! I thought
prosecuting attorney. Tiki.
Prostituting. Wow.
Where are you even prostituting from? She's a kid, Tiki. Come on.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's too sick for Halloween.
What are the claws for? Rending human flesh.
You know what? Yeah, let me just tell you what's so twistedly accurate about that. The fact that she's using rending.
Right.
I looked at it just to make sure it's what I thought it was. Like, oh my god, is that rending is like literally tearing to pieces. Oh my god.
That's Mandy for you.
Just incredibly cynical. Like it just goes to show you she's basically like kind of making fun of like the Mr. Robot like E-Corp 1% status people, and that's way before any of the Occupy Wall Street stuff happened. So Mandy ahead of her times in the social commentary.
If I tell you that great allows, you just plays Mandy that great sardonic sense of humor
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So Mandy arrives at
That's even tame for her standards.
Yeah.
That's even
So
tame
let's
for
see.
Mandy.
Yes. So anyway, so Mandy arrives and basically they tell them to get moving so they can go trick or treating and get some candy. And they go to the first house. First house, it's really cool looking. Listen, you talk about our Halloween stuff here. Well, we got a chance to do it. You know, we got really cool looking decorations, albeit with the Santa Claus, which is kind of scary. Just the fact that the Santa Claus is out during Halloween. I don't know.
I love the fact that Santa's there though, just because I feel like it's synergy with Christmas in July. Just like, hey, you just listened to Christmas in July a couple months ago, and here's the Santa as we go into Halloween.
I actually went to Santa Claus for my Halloween party last year.
Nice. I appreciate that.
I was also doing a holiday play, and I did have the costume, so why not?
And we see cool decorations like my favorite's the hand in the ground, by the way. So you have the hand in the ground. You got the moving spring loaded sensor skeletons and pumpkins that pop out when you step on the tripwire thing. Then you scares Billy. I mean, again, a Santa Claus scares Billy.
yes, specifically.
Well, again, given our Christmas in July.
Yeah, but not the Christmas one. Not the actual Santa, just a fake pop-up Santa.
Well, yeah.
I mean, given if it were the real one, still a vampire Santa, it's pretty terrifying.
Gilbert Gottfried Santa.
It's just standard Santa, but still equally kind of out of place. And like, oh, why is it there? Why is it there? So let's see. So Mandy assumes, and she correctly puts it
I don't want to listen to 25 podcasts about Christmas specials in July. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Mandy assumes, the more decorations a house has, maybe they'll give out jumbo candy bars, which they're vindicated for later on. Absolutely, that's the case. Mm-hmm. Which motivates the scared Billy of like, ooh, jumbo candy bars, all right. So she has a really harsh insult for Grimm. I mean, again, like in the early days, I mean, she really just no bones. Sorry, no pun intended there. A little bit of a pun intended. No bones.
Nice.
It really issues out a harsh insult to Grimm about, why don't you wait with your cousin, wait next to the skeleton decoration? That's a little mean. You're a little too old to trick or treat. That's come on, man.
I mean, he could definitely pass off as an adult with great costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can apparently pass off as a little kid with a crappy costume as well.
Yeah. Basically, the people then, so they all need glasses, really.
Grimm's got the costume thing down.
Oh man!
Basically, they need better glasses. I think the mother also has glasses too. He needs better eyewear.
She needs like binoculars taped to her face.
Oh god!
Yeah.
He basically needs binoculars or a microscope taped to her face.
Taped to a microscope. Okay. So Grimm's looking around.
Anyway,
he spots Atrocious
from behind.
And then
his eyes turn to hearts. I love that is my favorite image from this episode. I love the Grim Reaper's eyes turning to hearts. It's awesome.
But then he sees the little kid in the Grim Reaper costume, and I love how Grim just mistakes this as just a full-grown skeleton as well. That's part of the absurdity of the episode.
He thinks that Gregory is moving in on his lady. Then we learn that little Gregory, he's trick-or-treating as the Grim Reaper. He's told by his mother, voiced by B.J. Ward, by the way. B.J. Ward, nice. I want to say one of the original Velmans, or at least she has voiced Velma. Uh-huh. I know she's voiced. I don't know if she was the original. I know she's had a long, illustrious career of voice acting. She's done a lot of Hanna-Barbera stuff. She's gotten around.
Well, this show technically is Hanna-Barbera, so it's not too far from her territory.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I don't know. It's not exactly under contract. It's like familiar stomping grounds. Like if they like to work there, like to come back and do a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so she says one more house, then the bed. So Grimm uses the old. Sorry, do you know the pickup line?
Yeah, it's a good pickup line.
Go on.
Excuse me, miss. Do you have a bandage? Because I scraped my knee falling for you.
Then they have the scared realization, like he snuck up on her, and he's just like, "Oh my god, it's not atrocious at all." Like, again, I love this. The runner, people get scared out of the witch, just kind of surprising people.
Mm-hmm.
So before Grimm can explain, like, oh my, excuse me, I thought I mistook you for someone else. He is then mistaken for Gregory. Like, oh, Gregory, you scared the living daylights out of me. And then Grimm's then dragged. Oh my. So, meanwhile, what's going on, Jacob?
I mean, they come out of their house. Billy and Mandy come out, and they actually have the huge candy bars,
Yep. Except Billy does in fact have a rock.
which he eats.
Yep.
And he's grateful for it too. I mean, it's probably like destroying his intestine, but he's liking it. He's liking
Well,
it.
it's killing his teeth worse than actual candy. You see him like he says, "Oh, hey, look over there." His teeth are all busted and everything. I mean, Billy, you know why that's working out poorly for him? He has to put in water and use a spoon. That's why.
Oh yeah, of course.
He didn't make soup out of it. That's why.
Yes, you make soup out of it, you dunce. What a moron doesn't use it for soup.
I mean, come on.
Use
You
the rocks for
know what?
soup.
I'm done. If this guy can't figure out rock soup, I'm done with this podcast. You guys go on.
Charlie Brown was in an era before rock soup existed. That's and
At least Charlie Brown didn't eat the rock.
true. See, Charlie Brown knew he was upset that he got rocks because he want candy, not rock soup material. Anyway, so Billy, after his bite of rock, spots Grim, quote unquote. Actually, Gregory. So his love's also like a broomstick he used for the Grim Reaper scythe. By the way, it's so obviously not Grim.
I just think it's kind of funny that the kid has the same name as the voice actor for Grim.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Gregory Universe, the forgotten years.
Oh God. Okay, so
there's this good card.
You want to talk about like sweet, heartwarming stuff going on?
Yeah, this moment was really good. I love this. Yeah.
So Gregory, it's like you just get the sense that this kid is like just a really sheltered kid who probably doesn't have many friends, if any friends at all. And
like a few steps away from being Norman Bates. I mean,
oh God, oh come on, that makes me sad, Dragon.
I'm just saying, given the dependency on the mother, it seems a lot like a Norman. That's not a bad thing. I mean, they have a really nice relationship. Twisted, but not.
He doesn't have a lot of friends, and after being with Billy and Mandy, I don't think he'll want any more friends.
Yeah, but at the beginning though, it's so sweet. It's like Grim's, Billy's just like, "Let's go, buddy."
Oh,
you're.
Yeah, basically, remember, we're best friends forever.
We're amigos forever, remember? And then just tears. Just one of many shots in this episode of just tears.
Tears and hugs, It's like it's so sweet that Gregory's just so genuinely touched by becoming friends. And again, it's like also kind of a nice thing of the whole series because it's always that moment of like, Billy says, "Let's make him our best friend forever." Man, he's like, "Okay, let's make him best friends forever."
And of course, Mandy is the one logical person in the whole episode. She's just like instantly like, "Billy, that's not Grim."
Yeah, she's like,
but she just goes with it anyway because now I don't care.
She's probably another person for her to exploit.
Yeah, probably.
So back home,
haven't you noticed that he's mysteriously shorter?
Well, that's a little later, Jake. We'll get
I know, but that's still something that's brought up. Like she says something similar to that. Like, okay, like she tries to tell him that it's not Grim.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grim is enjoying a bubble bath, like a really big bubble bath.
Just well, again, he has to cover the fact that he's not a little kid. So
oh God. Gregory, are you almost done with your bathy waffy?
A few more minutes, woman. Actually, he realizes bathing's quite enjoyable.
Oh God! Oh, this is great.
Who doesn't enjoy a good bubble bath?
I love.
Well, I mean, I get a sense that maybe Grim never bathed before this episode, perhaps. I mean, he's the embodiment of death. He probably reeks of death coming home from work every day. I don't know.
This comic book has made me appreciate the value of a good bubble bath. That's all I'll say about that.
Yes.
Obscure comic humor.
That is a good book, folks. Buy it. Buy the book, and everything will be good.
Product placement.
Yes. So
the Movie Machine Podcast. HotShotTheMedia.net. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Harley Quinn and Joker versus the real world.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, back to this. So, let's see. Grim. One second. So, Mandy question. Oh, here. Sorry, Jay. Here's your thing. Go on.
You're like, haven't you noticed that Grim is mysteriously shorter?
And Billy's just like, she's asking, why is he so sure that that's Grim? Just yes, he's just a little bit instantly doesn't give an answer. It's just, see, that's the idiocy I appreciate it, Tiki. That's the idiocy I can go with.
No, I agree. And what makes that moment so good is the animation where Billy just takes like a really quick glance over at Gregory.
And just he's like nodding at the happiest dog on earth. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's grim.
You remember the proof though? It's like he's got a scary fist, which means I win. He's grim.
Oh, this is great.
What a dope. See, that's the Billy I like right there. It's the dumb kid like wears a heart on his sleeve, but he's still dumb as a sack of rocks that he's already eaten.
Sure.
Sack of rocks is probably smarter than he is.
Of course. I mean, have you ever seen Fairly Odd Parents? Remember they have that Timmy rock? I mean, that's pretty much put a Billy's hat on that rock. It's the same.
But remember, but technically, Billy actually once got in a later episode. Billy actually it's revealed that he once took an IQ test against a shovel, and the shovel got a higher score than he did.
Oh god.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm saying inanimate objects are far superior to this kid's intelligence. Anyway. So Grimm tries again to explain. He's changed he's in this jammies, which again I love this absurdity that large skeletal man, like
right, like a full-grown like 6 foot skeletal man.
And again, you can see like the spaces in between kind of the kids. You get a small kid wearing small kid's pajamas. Basically, still half of the rib cage is out. I mean, you can tell this guy. He's not kid, not your kid at the very least. At the very least, not your kid.
Yeah, she should also get her hearing checked too. Because last time I checked, Gregory doesn't sound Jamaican.
Apparently, she missed the PTA conference.
So Grim really wants a bedtime story, and the mother's like,
no, remember, it's like the bedtime story entices him. He's about to set the record straight. He says, I want me to read your bedtime story and read bedtime story. And she asks about the costume, and then he pulls out the charm.
Can't I just wait a little longer?
Aww.
Says, well, it's Halloween, I suppose. And I tell you, this melts my heart. This is the heart of the episode right here. This moment, right? This Grim Reaper, his heart grows 3 sizes that day. Moment, it's the moment where, you basically, she says, mommy loves you, that sort of thing. And then we have this moment right here where it's a moment of pause goes by as she's hugging him, and Grim just kind of, it gets so hard to describe this. The love.
I love you too, mommy.
Oh god, it's the love melts the Reaper's heart as he returns the hug. Oh my god, it's put on a Halloween.
No, I agree. It's like it's such an absurd episode, but like in the middle of it, we get some really like. It's kind of like a light version of Son of Stimpy. Like if Son of Stimpy is like the opera, this is like the jazz version of that.
That sounds about right. I mean, jazz is cool.
All right, we like jazz. Jazz is a big influence on Luke Cage. We like Luke Cage. Anyways,
jazz is really good. Anyway, so aside from just the jazz love fest here, and again, it's a genuine love fest for Halloween.
Halloween coming at you. Love the jazz.
Again, put it on a Hallmark Halloween card this moment here, folks. It's beautiful.
Oh, God.
Like, can I wear my skeleton costume a little bit longer? Sure, it's Halloween. I love it.
Yes. Oh, my
anyway, so they're going through the candy and traditional kind of kid stuff. As you do, actually, the parent. I'm going to make this public service announcement here. The parents should go through the candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see, they're trading candy. I love that Billy just eats a chocolate ear. I love
the chocolate ear. I think is a hilarious, imaginary candy product.
I mean, it's not nearly as appetizing looking as a Reptar bar. Like, god damn it, I want a Reptar bar. But
I don't know, but I think it's a good second. You mean the chocolate ear?
Well, yeah, but the Reptar bar turns your tongue green.
I mean, come on, man. This is like bigger in the Tyson era. This is like kind of a Tyson Holyfield era candy.
I don't know. Jacob, solve this tie. Reptar bar or chocolate ear?
I don't know. I mean, I never really saw the Reptar bar, so.
I'm talking about this is like, you get a chance to pull a Mike Tyson, bite Holyfield's ear, man. Come on.
I'm going to go with the ear.
Come on. You guys come on. The Reptar bar's a classic.
It's like you're eating history, Tiki. Eating history versus eating a cashew.
Like I said, I never saw the Reptar bar.
All right, fair enough. Anyway.
Don't wrong, the Reptar. I'm saying there, but we can have more than one chocolate delicacy, Tiki.
I mean, maybe if I saw the Reptar bar, I would
It turns your tongue green, Jacob.
I will say this, though. You probably shouldn't be eating that chocolate. You're getting the old safety PSA for the kids out there. Don't eat it. It's not wrapped. Don't eat it.
Yes.
So then he basically trades the chocolate bar for, and this is like a thing we keep track of going forward, the candy trading scene. Yeah, it's a famous one. Trades the chocolate. Mandy trades chocolate here for 2 Twizzle Pops. Then Mandy claims all of quote unquote Grimm's candy because he's a skeleton, therefore he has no stomach, which it really hurts Gregory's feelings. I feel bad for this kid.
Yeah,
I know Billy feels.
Here we go, like heart-wrenching moment number 3.
Yeah, Billy feels for the kid.
Like I pointed out earlier,
cry.
like I pointed out earlier, Mandy's another person for Mandy to exploit.
Yeah. She's figuring, well, if you got to tag along, then might as well make it worth their while. So, hey, if he's Mr. Skeleton, well, he doesn't need to eat candy, so I'll take that. Okay, let's see. So, Billy tries to cheer his old buddy up with head football, which reveals the truth, as Mandy points out, because head football requires you to grab the skeletal head, and in grabbing skeletal head, you unmask your little friend there, who is not the Grim Reaper, but is Gregory. Billy doesn't quite pick up on that instantly. He freaks out because...
Why just... Go ahead.
Tiki, I thought you wanted to take this, man. Because...
I don't have it written down. I'm so sorry.
All right. Billy freaks out because
I got it. I'm sorry. Grim get off some kid's head and stuck it on his shoulders. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, miss. So ridiculously absurd. Like, oh my God, why would the cut a kid's head off? Put it on his shoulders.
So speaking of ridiculously absurd, we have the mother reading,
Pooty and Yum Yum.
Yeah, fully grown skeletal Grim, just fully grown skeleton man.
Finishes the acclaimed children's classic Pooty and Yum Yum.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And then we love all the animals in the world. They love the bunnies and the chickens and even the lowly giraffes. I love how they segregate the giraffes. Like they make the giraffes like the lesser species.
I think the symbol is. I'm reading into this. Bear in mind, I am reading.
It's like subtle racism, like subtle Zootopia style animal racism.
Well, I didn't read into that. Let me tell you how I read it. Tiki. I'm completely reading into this. Is that the parallel is that the lonely giraffe is Grim.
Okay. Oh wait, so it's lonely.
Yeah, I think it's low. What did you say?
I thought it was lowly.
No, it's lonely. Well, why would it be lowly? It's a kid's book.
Because that's why I was going off about wow, that's like borderline racist.
Anyway,
Zootopia.
Yes.
But then we definitely if we didn't get a little
okay when it comes to animals.
So either we didn't get this earlier on, or just they had it repeated for a second time. Regardless, it still has the same awesome effect of just it's the same heart-meltingly awesome effect of that. I love. Remember, Mommy loves you, Gregory. I love you too, Mommy.
I love you too, Mommy.
Oh God, it melts your heart. Again, put it on a Halloween card, someone. Just the Grim Reaper hugging this atrocious-looking lady.
This skeleton hugged your mother.
Yeah, let death hold your mother.
Oh God.
Because you know what your mother needs? Your mother needs death.
Oh no. Well,
needs a big old heaping hug from death.
And death needs a mommy.
Yeah, death needs a mommy. That's the part. All your mommies need death.
Wow. No comment. You guys took
it.
Wow.
What? Everyone needs a little run-in with death to make them remind them what their priorities lie.
Anyways, so
this heartwarming moment is interrupted by a doorbell.
Great Delisle's, just in all her dry, sardonic glory. Does this belong to you?
Oh God, I love that one so much. So they return the upset Gregory, and we have
the mother is just so hopelessly
confused. A mother's realization and freak out simultaneously upon realizing, oh my God, I just bathed, clothed, and put to bed What I thought was my own son.
Skeleton.
In reality, not at all my own son. A skeleton!
Oh, man. It's so absurd that it just totally works.
What a horrible parent. She couldn't realize at any point during the night that was not the child you spend hours delivering. That was, in
I
fact...
would almost wager to say that is like Turner levels of sociopathic evil parenting.
I'm thinking Magoo levels of kind of watching. Hey, Mr. Magoo, can you watch my kid? Imagine the hilarity that would ensue. Come on.
Fair enough. Anyways.
So, all three at the end here, they're on the couch. Our three protagonists, Grim, Billy, man, they're all sitting on the couch watching Atrocious, kind of bookend the episode as the kids eat their candy. Again, Grim, no candy, unfortunately. But again, he didn't trick or treat. So, we have a really grumpy Grim on the couch. We have a really nice kind of pie in the face sentiment here. Just remember, no matter how much of a terrible, ugly monster you are, you can always find someone who'll love you.
Humbug.
Humbug click. I just love we still have like kind of the onomatopoeic click when you hit the buttons and the old Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Okay, and that is 1 out of 13 in the books. Good job, guys. Good job. Let's kind of go around and do final thoughts. Who wants to start first?
What about any tropes? Do we want to go over any tropes?
I guess we could do tropes. Okay, I wasn't really thinking about it when I was doing the notes, but okay. I mean, The Rock.
Yes,
yes, big Charlie Brown reference there.
They reversed it.
Yeah.
He was happy.
They pushed it. It goes a step further.
Oh God.
But
Can you imagine the horror of Charlie Brown attempting to eat The Rock in the 60s?
See, they do it. They might do it the Family Guy style, like, oh God,
oh no,
it's so not. I'm gonna take another bite. Oh God. I need a dentist. Oh God, peppermint patty. Where did you get? I got not a rock. I got actual peppermint patties. How ironic, guys. Oh God, this rock. It's why? How am I still able to talk? Oh God, Lucy, why did you make me eat this?
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, Snoopy, help me! Someone put me out of my misery! Oh!
And then that joke will carry on for 5 minutes.
Okay, so
that's the unrated version of Charlie Brown. Sorry.
Unique Halloween candy with the chocolatier.
Yes.
Trading candy. Elvira, sure. Trading candy.
Yeah.
Just trick or treating in general, of course.
Classic misconception, blind parents, basically.
How about mistaken for someone else in a costume? I feel like
the mistaken identity thing. Yeah. Mistaken identity around Halloween. That's
right.
Well, again, we had Mummy, and I can't say werewolf man because you just said claws. There was a lawyer that ripped people's out. Just had kind of werewolf claws. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Let's toss in kind of out of place Santa Claus. See if that builds any traction.
Okay.
Let's see.
I want to say Goosebumps with the elves is kind of like halfway there.
Okay, let's say this. Let's keep track of this one, guys. Here's one. Surprisingly heartwarming moment.
Okay, I'm down. Let's track it. See what we get.
Okay, and falling in love around Halloween. Let's put that one.
Okay, cool.
And strange moral lesson at the end.
Fair enough.
And obsession with mothers.
Oh God. Deeper. All right, I think we should end it off on that note, unless you guys have anything else.
Nope.
Okay, so final
I have
thoughts.
something really out of place and non-relative to our discussion to mention.
Go ahead.
Norman! That's about it.
Okay, final thoughts.
Solid episode.
All right.
Yeah, solid episode. I enjoyed it again. I love the mundane. It's like, it's just less. I guess less mundane is more just the absurdity of it. Is what I'm getting at. I just love the absurdity of this. It's a real, again, that surprising heart really grabs me. And again, it's just the, you're going trick or treat. It's like the standard thing we've seen many before. Where it has like a fun slant to it. Like, no, you're not going to see the trick or treat. Like the kids go to the house, you don't really spend any time with them. It's all about the person who does not go trick or treating and all the hilarity that ensues. It makes use of its time very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't quite reach the manic heights of later episodes, but it's a fairly decent episode, especially for the early season one.
There's no Fred Burger courtroom drama yet, but you have to start somewhere.
Fred Burger.
I just love how that judge hates Fredburger so much. That cracks me up. Anyway, getting off track. We're at the end here, so Tiki.
This is my house.
No, I think this was a really good selection. Out of all the Billy and Mandy we've reviewed, this might be my favorite episode personally, just because it's very quick, like you said, Dragon. It's very economic with its time, has a lot of good heartwarming moments to it, but also very absurd and silly at the same time. It's definitely got that like kind of cartoon flair where you couldn't really pull off a premise like this in live action. It'd be ridiculous. You know, the mistaken identity thing would be ridiculous in live action. So I always appreciate cartoons that take like a somewhat mundane premise, but also do something with it that you can't do in live action. So it just overall, it just has a really nice kind of Halloween vibe to it. So it's a good selection to start out with. And many more specials and surprises to come along the way on Haunted Holiday Hijinks. So that's it for tonight, folks. Our spirits grow weary, but don't worry, they'll be stronger than ever next time as we engage in more Haunted Holiday Hijinks. Oh, yes. Oh, maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. Oh, oh, maniacal laugh indeed. Oh, yeah.
Okay.